We have a massive New York Jets free agency update as the New York Jets are targeting multiple veteran quarterbacks for this team, which is a very interesting move that they are making after their decision to be rid of Aaron Rodgers and to move on from him, with two names sticking out as likely possibilities for the next New York Jets starting quarterback, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jets Digest. It's Chris here. And guys, if you're enjoying the content, I know we ask this every video, but make sure to subscribe. If you're part of that 80% who's not subscribed yet and you want daily New York Jets news, rumor reports, updates on free agency, as we are underway with the NFL season being over. Free agency begins very soon. The rumors have begun, and we're going to break all of them down, so make sure to be subscribed to the channel if you're enjoying the content. But let's jump into things. There's a lot to talk about because the New York Jets, they're looking at multiple different veteran options. And Zach Rosenblatt, New York Jets athletic insider, said that as of this moment, he'd consider Tyrod Taylor to be the leader in the clubhouse and the New York Jets' next starting quarterback next season. But they will explore all options, not especially an appetizing free agency or draft class at quarterback, though perhaps someone surprising will break free. No, they won't. No one surprising will break free. The most surprising guy to break free is Aaron Rodgers, who the Jets are getting rid of. To start Tyrod Taylor? Like, I understand the point of a bridge quarterback, so you could wait a year and draft a defender or an offensive lineman, because the draft is a lot thicker with those and not quarterbacks, as Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward are not the most appetizing leaders of a draft class when it comes to quarterbacks. I mean, Jackson Dart is kind of an issue. There's just not a really exciting quarterback for the Jets to be aiming at for number 7. I mean, Ward will definitely be off the draft board. Shedeur Sanders is probably going to end up in a New York Giants jersey at 3rd overall, which is a reach in its own, but that's a topic for a different day, especially because this isn't Giants Digest. But look, the New York Jets, they're in this position where they've decided to get rid of Aaron Rodgers, and now it's clear they're just going to take their backup veteran quarterback and start him. Again, I understand bridge quarterbacks. It's not lost on me, but why don't you just try another year with Aaron Rodgers where, you know, your team doesn't get upset at you because you look at Quinnen Williams speaking out and saying, guess it's another rebuilding year for me, and just a bunch of Jets players being upset that Aaron Rodgers is not going to be there because Rodgers has been an excellent teammate to everyone on the Jets. Rodgers went out of his way to go, no, it was always the New York Jets, saying this was the best 2 years of his life playing for the Jets. Why are we getting rid of that to just go to a different veteran? I get it. The draft isn't enticing, and I'm saying that, and then I'm asking, why aren't we going for a veteran? What do I want? At this point, I want Aaron Rodgers still, because I think it's still a 1% chance it could be him. But on the other hand, maybe it's Jordan Travis, who eventually will be healthy after that disgusting knee injury, which would be huge for the Jets, because then you could try and see if somehow your 5th-round quarterback, who definitely was supposed to go higher, as I just fixed my ring light, he was supposed to go higher in the draft before that gruesome leg injury, but 5 years at college at multiple different schools. I mean, it's just not the most enticing option for the New York Jets. I understand that, hey, maybe it works out and it's worth a shot if you're rebuilding anyway, but really, we're just going to... I like Tyrod Taylor, too. I think he's a good guy to have around the team, but it's just so uninspiring. Like, at that rate, just pick up Jameis Winston or Justin Fields. Those are more fun options. Let the fans enjoy themselves. And maybe it's because Tyrod Taylor wants to be on the New York Jets, and head coach Aaron Glenn has been adamant that he wants players who want to be on the Jets, unless they're Aaron Rodgers, obviously, because God forbid they go on the Pat McAfee show. I mean, I understand why some people care about that. What if he leaks some stuff? Who cares? We're already bad. I mean, it upsets me, but if you're not going to go with Aaron Rodgers, there are a few different options. And Rich Cimini, ESPN Jets insider, said that the Jets starting quarterback could likely be Kirk Cousins, a different veteran who signed a massive deal with the Atlanta Falcons, which turned out to be a massive mistake, and now is a free agent. Cimini said Cousins fits what the team will go for as a team-first guy and will continue to come as a cheap option because he's getting paid for that $27 million per year, so he could sign from the Falcons, so he could be signing with the Jets for around $1.2 million, so it's no cap hit for the Jets, who are going to have to suffer some cap hell because they're going to waive Aaron Rodgers, they're going to waive Devontae Adams, they're going to move on from them anyway, so you might as well get some cheap options and save up your free agency money for next year so you could have a lot more cap space. Work with that in the future once you have that rookie quarterback that you're so hungry for. And look, I'll be honest, I'm fine with a bridge quarterback because of the idea of getting Nico Iamaleava or Arch Manning or Brock Aller, or Drew Aller, Brock Aller's front office member for the New York Knicks. So, Knicks. But look, in all seriousness, there will probably be another quarterback who emerges next season who will be the fourth guy, or maybe the third guy if he could pass Aller, or who knows, maybe even be as good as Iamaleava or Arch, but it probably won't be. Arch is the guy who's going to be first overall. Nico will be second. Drew Aller will probably be in the top 7, top 6, top 5. It's a great quarterback class next year, and the Jets do not want to miss out because so many years the Jets have been on the odd year out of these quarterbacks, whether it's been the Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen year, where Josh Allen turned out to be the best guy there, and was Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Obviously, Lamar got picked 30th overall, and Josh got picked, 10th, 9th, and Josh Rosen, who I really thought was going to be him, and then the next year, elite quarterbacks, or when the Jets are in the Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson year, and Trey Lance, who goes 3rd overall and is just as big of a draft bust as Zach Wilson, and then the next year, quarterbacks are great. The Jets have always been a year off, and now we know ahead of time how to not be a year off, and it seems like the Jets front office is aware of that and trying to avoid that, which is something that's very, very good and a very promising sign for the team. But it's still, you need to have a quarterback next season. I really hope at this rate that it is going to be Jordan Travis if it's not going to be Aaron Rodgers, because screw it, go for it. Tyrod Taylor could be the Jets quarterback. He only played in 2 games for the New York Jets last season as Aaron Rodgers' backup. He actually had 3 touchdowns. He had 5.4 yards per attempt, which isn't great, but it's fine, I guess, for a tanking team. Anyway, he does have a Pro Bowl to his name when he was on the Buffalo Bills and won a Super Bowl with the Ravens. He was the backup quarterback for Joe Flacco in his rookie year in 2011 when the Baltimore Ravens won the Harbaugh Bowl. So there's that. I mean, career QB record of 28-1. I mean, I like Tyrod because people like to have him around, and it seems like it's a good culture setter. So I have no problem with Tyrod being on the team, but if you're going to go in with Tyrod and Jordan Travis as your quarterbacks, please play Jordan Travis. Take the chance that Jordan Travis is good at football. Maybe he's not ready yet, which would make some sense if he's still recovering from that knee injury. He didn't practice all season. He was doing all non-contact work. So maybe he's just not going to be ready in time, and that's its own situation. And then you play Tyrod until Travis is ready, and I'm fine with that option as well. But it's just something that Jets fans have to be aware of is a very likely possibility. Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins had just an atrocious year last season. And guys, why in the hell? Seriously, why would the New York Jets start a veteran quarterback whose best days are behind him, who in the 2022 season ruptured his Achilles, and it's not Aaron Rodgers? That's such a punch in the face to not only Jets fans, to Aaron Rodgers as well, and to all of the Jets players who genuinely like Aaron Rodgers. It's just a swift punch in the jaw. We just saw Kirk Cousins absolutely not have it with Atlanta at all last season. I mean, 7.7 yards per attempt was pretty good, actually, but the QB record is 7-7. And I mean, throwing 18 touchdowns with 16 interceptions is just not good. It's just not good. He doesn't have the stuff anymore. Why would we go from Aaron Rodgers to Kirk Cousins? It makes absolutely no sense to me. It just feels like a baseless move that's just to kick Aaron Rodgers out the door and still pay the man money, which just makes no sense to me, guys. Now, the new Jets regime, they want to build a culture, and maybe this is the way they build a culture because Kirk Cousins' team-first mentality that's always been there, and same with Tyrod Taylor. So there is a reoccurring theme here, but I think Aaron Rodgers gets a bad name with that. I don't think he's some terrible teammate. I mean, Jermaine Johnson mentioned that Aaron Rodgers gave him the private jet to fly home on after rupturing his Achilles. So, I mean, Rodgers is not a bad teammate. It's an interesting thing here, and you could tell when Aaron Glenn was asked about the Aaron Rodgers situation, he said it's not about Aaron Rodgers, it's about the New York Jets, which is exactly what you want to hear from your head coach. But there might be the vibe that they're just not, that Aaron Glenn and Darren Mougey are just not fans of Aaron Rodgers. And if that's the case, you know what? I will trust them. I wanted Aaron Glenn. I like the Darren Mougey hire. I'm going to trust these guys. So if this is what they want to do, if this is the way to tank, and look, it probably is because Aaron Rodgers is better than them. So if you want to tank and get 2 wins on the season and get Arch Manning, it's not the worst idea. So if you're willing to give the New York Jets fans another bad season and make Woody Johnson a little bit impatient in the long run, that's completely fine with me, if I'm being honest. I'm so sick of watching these tanking seasons. But if it gets us Arch Manning or Nico Iamaleava, I'll be okay with it. Guys, let me know what you think down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Jets.